Open worlds are great, but sometimes you just want a focused, story-driven adventure. That's where linear games shine. 2024 is packed with some of the most exciting and immersive linear experiences ever. Whether you love horror, action, or heartfelt storytelling, there's something for you. Let's dive into 15 linear games of 2024 that you absolutely need to play. A Quiet Place. The road ahead is a first-person horror adventure set in the same terrifying universe as the films. Here, silence isn't just golden, it's survival. You play as a character trying to navigate a post-apocalyptic world where the slightest noise will have deadly creatures hunting you down in seconds. This isn't your typical horror game with guns and weapons. Instead, it's all about tension, stealth, and using your environment to stay alive. You'll need to be clever, throwing objects to distract enemies, holding your breath at the right moments, and moving slowly to avoid making noise. The sound design is phenomenal, making every creak of the floorboards or breath of wind feel like a life or death moment. If you love immersive horror experiences like Alien Isolation or Amnesia, this one's going to be right up your alley.
I can't.
Survival horror fans, this one's a big deal. Alone in the Dark is the granddaddy of horror games. This psychological thriller is set in the mysterious Derceto Manor, a creepy gothic mansion filled with dark secrets, disturbing creatures, and mind-bending puzzles. The game takes heavy inspiration from classic Lovecraftian horror, blending supernatural horror with deep psychological storytelling. The best part? Hollywood stars David Harbour from Stranger Things and Jodie Comer from Killing Eve are bringing the two lead characters to life. Their performances add a new level of depth and realism, making every conversation, every scare, and every eerie moment feel that much more immersive. With its mix of exploration, puzzle solving, and survival mechanics, Alone in the Dark is shaping up to be a must-play for anyone who loves games like Resident Evil or Silent Hill. If you're into deep, atmospheric horror, do not sleep on this one.
Jeremy?
I did everything! Aren't you happy? Stupid charlatan! What more do you want from me? You want me to lose my mind?
Oh, my Lord! Doctor! Baptiste! Quick!
Okay, let's switch things up with something a little more lighthearted. If you played Astro's Playroom on the PS5, you already know how charming this little bot is, but instead of just being a tech demo for the DualSense controller, Astro Bot is now a full-fledged platforming adventure. This game takes everything we loved about classic 3D platformers like Super Mario Galaxy and Ratchet & Clank and adds that unique PlayStation charm. The levels are beautifully designed, packed with secrets, and loaded with fun mechanics. And let's not forget, Astro's adorable animations and expressive personality make every moment a joy to experience. With PlayStation exclusives always pushing the boundaries of creativity, Astro Bot is shaping up to be one of the best platformers in recent years. If you love games that make you smile while still offering a fun challenge, this one's a no-brainer. Now here's one that's a little different, a supernatural love story mixed with intense action RPG combat. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden comes from Don't Nod, the same studio behind Life is Strange, so you already know you're in for a deep, emotional narrative. But unlike their previous games, this one brings action and combat into the mix. You play as a duo, two ghost hunters who are also lovers. The twist? One of them dies, becoming a spirit, while the other is left behind in the mortal world. The game forces you to make gut-wrenching decisions. Do you use your partner's ghostly abilities to banish spirits and save the living? Or do you sacrifice others to bring your lost love back? With an open-ended story full of tough choices, atmospheric environments, and fluid, supernatural-infused combat, Banishers is shaping up to be one of the most unique and emotionally gripping games of the year. If you're into games like The Witcher but want something with more narrative weight, this is the one to watch. This might just be one of the most visually stunning games of 2024. Black Myth: Wukong is a Souls-like action RPG based on the famous Chinese legend Journey to the West, and trust me, it looks incredible. You play as the Monkey King Wukong, wielding a magical staff and using shape-shifting abilities to battle mythological creatures. The combat is fast, fluid, and challenging, taking clear inspiration from games like Sekiro and Elden Ring. But what really makes Black Myth stand out is its breathtaking visuals and jaw-dropping enemy designs. Every fight feels like an epic showdown, every environment feels alive, and the sheer scale of the world is mind-blowing. This is the kind of game that could redefine action RPGs if it delivers on its promises. If you love tough, skill-based combat and deep lore, Black Myth: Wukong is one of the most anticipated games of the year for a reason. If you missed this masterpiece the first time around, 2024 is giving you a second chance. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is an unforgettable adventure originally released in 2013 that tells the story of two siblings on a quest to save their dying father. But this isn't just any remake. It's a full-fledged reimagining with enhanced visuals, improved gameplay, and even more emotional weight. What makes this game so special is its unique control scheme. You control both brothers simultaneously, each with one half of your controller, creating a deeply immersive and emotional experience. The bond between the two is the heart of the game, and as they rely on each other to overcome obstacles, you'll find yourself completely invested in their journey. This game is short, but trust me, it'll stick with you for a long time. If you love narrative-driven games like It Takes Two or A Plague Tale: Innocence, this is an absolute must-play. Now for something truly unique. Children of the Sun is a game that blends puzzle mechanics with tactical sniping in a way you've never seen before. You play as the Girl, a mysterious assassin on a mission to eliminate a dangerous cult. But here's the twist. Your bullet doesn't just hit one target. You can control its trajectory, making it ricochet between enemies to take them all down in one calculated shot. The gameplay feels like a mix of Superhot and Hitman, rewarding precision, strategy, and creativity. Every level presents a new challenge, forcing you to think ahead and manipulate your shots for maximum impact. Plus, the game's dark. Atmospheric storytelling keeps you hooked, uncovering the twisted secrets of the cult as you progress. If you love games that make you feel like a tactical genius, Children of the Sun is definitely one to watch. Get ready to live out your ultimate adventure fantasy because Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is bringing back the legendary archaeologist in a brand new game. Developed by Machine Games, the team behind the modern Wolfenstein series, this game promises thrilling action, epic set pieces, and of course, plenty of whip-swinging. Set between the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, the game follows Indy as he unravels a global conspiracy tied to an ancient and powerful secret. You can expect classic puzzle-solving, cinematic chases, and intense combat, all wrapped up in that signature Indiana Jones charm. The big question is, Can this game finally give us the ultimate Indiana Jones experience we've been waiting for? If Machine Games brings the same level of storytelling and action they did with Wolfenstein, this could easily be one of the biggest adventure games of the year.
Don't you want to know what this is all about?
You're damn right.
If you're looking for something completely different, Indika is about to take you on a surreal, psychological journey like no other. Set in an alternate version of 19th century Russia, you play as a young nun struggling with faith, morality, and a dark supernatural presence that refuses to leave her alone. What sets Indika apart is its bizarre, dreamlike atmosphere. The game constantly blurs the line between reality and hallucination, making you question what's real and what's just in the protagonist's mind. The art style is stunning, the storytelling is deeply introspective, and the themes touch on religion, guilt, and personal redemption. If you enjoyed games like Inside or Silent Hill, where atmosphere and psychological depth take center stage, Indika is one you absolutely need to check out.
What do you stop me?
Since when do you obey me? Don't worry. Fear is a natural reaction, life-saving in most cases. What is your goal? To help the girl or show what a hero you are? Exactly. If you're trying to help, there's no chance.
The Life is Strange series is back, and this time Max Caulfield is returning as the main character. In Life is Strange Double Exposure, we find Max working as a photographer at a university, trying to live a quiet life. But when one of her friends is murdered, she discovers a new ability. She can now shift between two parallel timelines. This mechanic adds a whole new layer to the series' signature choice-based storytelling. Instead of just rewinding time, you're literally jumping between two different versions of reality, each with its own consequences. The game promises deep emotional storytelling, complex moral choices, and that same heartfelt charm that made the original so beloved. If you were a fan of the first Life is Strange or True Colors, then Double Exposure is going to be a must-play.
Parallel to this one. That I can access. Kind of making this up as I go.
I'm not ready for Sophie to be a was yet.
I'm with you, Moses.
You've got a lot on your plate, emotionally.
You ever have a thing for the wrong person?
Miss Caulfield, let's speak with you for a minute.
Police have still not...
If you love surreal puzzle games with a deep mystery at their core, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes is going to blow your mind. This is an eerie, cerebral experience from the developers of Sayonara Wild Hearts, and it's unlike anything else on this list. You play as a woman trapped in a strange, labyrinthine mansion where reality bends and logic twists. The game is filled with cryptic puzzles, hidden messages, and a fragmented narrative that forces you to piece together the truth. Its haunting black and white aesthetic and eerie, offbeat atmosphere make it feel like a psychological thriller straight out of a David Lynch film. If you enjoyed games like The Witness or Return of the Obra Dinn, then this mind-bending experience is an absolute must-play. Nintendo fans, get ready for some spooky fun because Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is here to bring ghost hunting to the Switch in stunning high definition. Originally released as Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on the 3 deciseconds, this remaster gives us another chance to experience Luigi's hilarious and charming ghost-busting adventure. Unlike the first game's single haunted mansion, this sequel takes you through multiple eerie locations, each filled with secrets, puzzles, and plenty of ghostly mischief. With its mix of exploration, light horror, and slapstick comedy, it's the perfect game for players who love a little spooky atmosphere without the nightmare fuel. If you missed this game the first time around, or just want to experience Luigi's ghost hunting antics in HD, this is the perfect opportunity. Get ready for an emotional journey because Neva is shaping up to be one of the most beautiful and heartfelt games of 2024. From the creators of Grizz, this game tells the story of a young woman and her wolf companion as they navigate a world consumed by darkness. If you played Grizz, you already know what to expect. Stunning hand-drawn visuals, a deeply emotional narrative, and breathtaking music that pulls at your heartstrings. Neva expands on that formula, bringing more action and dynamic gameplay while keeping the same artistic soul that made its predecessor unforgettable. If you love games like Ori and the Blind Forest or Journey, Neva is a must-play. Just be prepared for an emotional gut punch. You've been warned. The Prince of Persia franchise is back, and it's bringing an entirely new take on the series with The Lost Crown. This isn't just a return to form, it's a full-blown Metroidvania adventure packed with fluid combat, time-bending mechanics, and intricate platforming challenges. You play as Sargon, a young warrior tasked with rescuing the kidnapped prince, but this time the game moves away from the traditional 3D formula and embraces a side-scrolling action platformer style, much like Hollow Knight or Ori. The result? A fast-paced, beautifully animated experience that blends puzzle solving with intense battles. Fans of classic Prince of Persia will love the return of time manipulation mechanics, and the handcrafted levels look absolutely stunning. If you're into action-packed side-scrollers with deep exploration, The Lost Crown is going to be an instant favorite.
Bear witness.
Few games capture psychological horror and raw emotion like Hellblade, and now Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is here to push those boundaries even further. This is one of the most visually impressive games of the year, with next-gen graphics that blur the line between reality and digital art. Senua's journey continues as she battles not only physical enemies, but the voices in her own mind. The first game was known for its intense portrayal of psychosis, and this sequel takes it to a whole new level. Every whisper, every hallucination, every moment of doubt, it's all brought to life with an incredible level of realism, thanks to the game's cutting-edge motion capture and sound design. If you love the original, or if you're a fan of deeply atmospheric, story-driven games, Hellblade 2 is one you cannot afford to miss. Just prepare yourself for a journey that's as harrowing as it is beautiful.
Watch out! Don't let them capture you again! Are you going to let her listen, don't die now! Yes! Use your
It's finally happening. One of the greatest survival horror games of all time is getting a full remake. Silent Hill 2 is back, and it looks absolutely terrifying. Whether you played the original back in the PS2 days, or you're experiencing it for the first time, this is shaping up to be one of the most atmospheric horror games of the year. You play as James Sunderland, a man who receives a mysterious letter from his deceased wife, leading him to the eerie, fog-covered town of Silent Hill. What follows is a deeply psychological journey filled with disturbing creatures, haunting environments, and a story that will stay with you long after the credits roll. With modern visuals, improved gameplay, and an updated soundtrack, this remake is set to bring new nightmares to both old fans and newcomers alike. Horror fans, this is one you cannot miss. Action fans, get ready, because Stellar Blade is bringing intense, stylish combat to 2024. Previously known as Project Eve, this game takes inspiration from titles like Nier Automata and Bayonetta, delivering fast-paced battles with cinematic flair. You play as Eve, a warrior fighting against monstrous creatures known as the Netiba in a post-apocalyptic world. The combat is incredibly fluid, featuring dodge-based mechanics, counterattacks, and a satisfying mix of melee and ranged abilities. But it's not just about the action. The game also features a rich sci-fi narrative, stunning environments, and some of the best-looking character animations we've seen. If you love stylish combat games with deep storytelling, Stellar Blade is an absolute must-play. If you're a fan of atmospheric horror, Still Wakes the Deep is going to be right up your alley. This first-person survival horror game developed by the Chinese Room, creators of Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, and Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, drops you into a terrifying, isolated setting, a stranded oil rig in the middle of the ocean. Something has gone horribly wrong, and as one of the workers, you must navigate the dark, claustrophobic corridors, avoiding an unknown horror lurking in the shadows. With no weapons and no way to fight back, your only options are to hide, run, and survive. The setting alone makes this game a must-play, and if you love psychological horror mixed with intense storytelling, Still Wakes the Deep will be one of the most immersive horror experiences of the year.
Oh, thank Christ. Here it is. Halfway out of here. One more. One more.
From the creators of Dead by Daylight comes the casting of Frank Stone, a narrative-driven horror experience that dives deep into the world of serial killers, the occult, and supernatural terror. This game takes the cinematic horror formula of games like Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures anthology and blends it with a deeply unsettling story. You'll make choices that shape the narrative, uncover the mysteries behind Frank Stone, and face some truly terrifying consequences along the way. With a rich story, immersive atmosphere, and plenty of spine-chilling moments, this game is perfect for horror fans who love a mix of psychological and supernatural dread. One of the most beloved horror games of the last decade is getting a full remake. Until Dawn is back, and it's looking better than ever. If you haven't played this interactive horror experience before, this is the perfect time to jump in. The game follows a group of friends who return to a remote mountain lodge, only to find themselves trapped in a terrifying nightmare. With choices that drastically impact who lives and who dies, every decision matters. And with upgraded visuals, improved animations, and refined gameplay, this remake promises to make an already chilling experience even more intense. If you love horror movies and games that play like interactive thrillers, Until Dawn is an absolute must-play. Just be prepared, no one is safe, and your choices will come back to haunt you.
Mike? What is that?
I don't know.
Okay, well, go find out now, please.
It's your phone.
What? How is it my phone?
I don't know. It just came through the window.
And that's it. 20 linear games of 2024 that you absolutely need to play. Which one are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hold on!